Now on CoastTV News.
Audit sparks alarm why Slaughter Beach Fire Company's records raise serious red flags. Ocean's Calling returns, big crowds, live music, and beachside vibes hit Ocean City this weekend.
This is CoastTV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Elisa Weber and welcome to Coast TV News Midday. Our top story this morning concerns over how a fire company in Slaughter Beach handled its money. A state performance audit found the Memorial Volunteer Fire Company did not follow certain policies, kept poor expense records, and lacked strong oversight. The review covered 2021 through 2023, a period when state officials say the company received more than $2.6 million in state funds. Fire Chief Kent Glasgow told CoastTV the issues began under previous leadership and that corrective actions have already been taken to improve transparency and strengthen financial integrity. And this just in, the Memorial Volunteer Fire Company says current leadership has already enforced several changes, according to a new statement from the agency. Some of those changes include hiring an independent accounting firm to manage payroll and more, mandating supporting paperwork and a review of all major expenses, and more oversight on the annual budget. The Memorial Volunteer Fire Company says, quote, "These changes ensure the MVFC remains accountable to our community, our members, and our funding partners," end quote. Happening today in Ocean City, the town expects to see around 50,000 people at the big music festival. Today marks the start of Ocean's Calling 2025. On your screen now is a look inside the three-day event. On Thursday, there was still work to be done before gates opened. Crews could be seen making final preparations. Town leaders are expecting waves of people.
We're looking forward to a huge weekend here in Ocean City. We have 55,000 guests that will be down here for 3 days. We're kicking off Friday night.
Businesses near the event tell us that they are excited for those crowds as well. And we are now going to take a live look outside at Rehoboth Beach. We see a couple people there, nice and clear outside. Chris, we're going to go back to talking about Ocean's Calling, talking about the weather in Ocean City. That is where all of those people excited to go to the concert are really focusing their attention.
That's right. Good morning, Elisa. We are clearing out after some morning rain in Ocean City, and we're looking pretty good this evening. Can't completely rule out an isolated shower, but tonight definitely will be the best of the 3 nights. We are tracking, unfortunately, a threat of some rain tomorrow night. Some of that could be heavy at times, especially after about 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow. And then we're looking rather damp, not a complete washout Sunday, but definitely a lot of cloud cover across the peninsula on Sunday. You see a few high clouds there in Lewis, but the sun is shining, 75 degrees. You can see a few clouds still hanging on across Ocean City down through Assateague Island, but drier air is sinking southward as this cold front is also pushing to the south. It's going to stall out just to the south of the peninsula over the weekend. We're at 75 in Long Neck, 77 in Seaford, 76 in Bridgeville. Dew points are dropping a little bit, still a bit on the muggy side out there. Still, dew points are in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Now, we are going to be drying out through the afternoon, partly cloudy skies. Unfortunately, we have an unsettled weekend ahead of us. Mostly cloudy skies, and we're looking at that period of rain rolling in late Saturday through Sunday morning. We'll talk more about early next week and have a look at those 2 tropical systems in the Atlantic. More a little bit later on. Elisa.
Thank you, Chris. New this morning, paychecks and public safety are the focus today as Delaware Governor Matt Meyer is expected to sign 2 bills into law, according to his office. The first, House Bill 105, mandates most employers to list salaries and benefits in job postings. The second is House Bill 136. Delaware lawmakers say this increases enforcement against unlicensed massage and bodywork establishments. In Dewey Beach, commissioners are expected to choose a new mayor. That is according to the agenda for this afternoon's town council meeting. Commissioners are set to vote on appointing the mayor for a 1-year term, followed by a swearing-in ceremony. Also on the table, an ordinance to repeal the town's alarm code while keeping false alarm violations as a civil offense. There is also a proposal for the Planning and Zoning Commission to set a mandatory minimum number of trees required for new construction projects. Stormwater and flooding are back in focus today in Bethany Beach. The town manager is expected to provide an update to its stormwater and flood resilience projects. According to the agenda, that includes progress on the Loop Canal and Assawoman Bay Canal Flap Dam. Construction on a new Loop Canal bulkhead is set to begin soon, and plans for a living shoreline are moving closer to the bidding phase. The Bethany Beach Stormwater and Flood Committee gathers at 2 o'clock. On your screen now is the North Millsboro bypass. DelDOT held a ribbon cutting on Monday, but rain delayed the opening of that roadway until Thursday night. The bypass stretches over the Millsboro Pond and has 4 bridges. Construction on this massive project lasted just over 2 years, with a cost reaching over $140 million. DelDOT says this will ease the congestion in downtown Millsboro, and one Millsboro local says the bypass being done should make it easier to get around town.
It's utilized the way it's supposed to be. A lot of the truck traffic will be diverted, and a lot of the vacation traffic.
And the bypass is expected to be fully open this morning. However, according to DelDOT, after the bypass opens, there will still be intermittent lane closures as final road striping is complete. Coming up after the break, car seat safety will tell you how to ensure the proper installation this weekend in Delaware. The Delaware Office of Highway Safety is holding a national seat check tomorrow, September 27th, at the Bay Health Sussex campus from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. They say the event is designed to help ensure that car seats are installed correctly and are appropriate for a child's age, height, and weight. BV Healthcare is announcing they will host a series of community flu shot clinics across Sussex County. The clinics will run through early November. The upcoming 3 clinic dates include September 27th in Millsboro at Long Neck Methodist Church, September 30th in Rehoboth Beach at the Village Improvement Association, and October 1st in Lewis at the Cape Pharmacy. Appointments are not required to participate, but participating members are asked to bring identification and insurance documentation. And we are once again gearing up for the Bless Our Children campaign. Every year, Draper Media works to make the holiday season brighter for children on Delmarva. The money raised goes to charitable groups who then buy Christmas presents. Right now, we are accepting funding applications from those nonprofits through October 1st. You can find a link at blessourchildren.org.
As we take a live look into Ocean View, clouds beginning to thin out there, 76 degrees, mild and muggy there as well, with partly cloudy skies through the afternoon. We'll top out in the upper 70s along the coast. Greg Pribulik of Milton, Delaware, you're the winner of our Coast TV News weather umbrella. Coming up, we will talk about an unsettled stretch of weather, unfortunately kicking off over the weekend into early next week. My full forecast after the break. It was a damp and rainy start to our Friday, but skies are beginning to clear. Beautiful sight there in Rehoboth Beach. You see the blue skies there, just some high clouds, and we're looking at a pretty nice afternoon developing. 73 right now, and temperatures rising into the upper 70s to low 80s under partly cloudy skies. There you see the clouds beginning to thin out. Still seeing some clouds across the Chincoteague and those areas, but this cold front is sinking southward. Drier air is beginning to filter in, and we're looking at some pretty nice conditions through the afternoon. We're at 74 in Lewis, 75 in Georgetown, and 76 in Salisbury. Unfortunately, the mugginess is going to be sticking around through the weekend. It's not really until middle part of next week where we see the humidity really begin to wash out, and it's really going to start to feel like autumn around here. Temperatures this afternoon rising into the lower 80s for most of the interior portion of the peninsula. 82 Cambridge, 82 Salisbury to 77 in Chincoteague. Can we run a spotty shower late this afternoon, early evening, especially in the southern part of the peninsula closer to the front, but Mormago's going to be mostly dry through the evening and into the overnight. We could see a few isolated showers as well. Futurecast trying to bring some light shower drizzle in the early part of Saturday, but the best chance of rain tomorrow is not going to arrive until Saturday afternoon through Saturday night, and that rain could be heavy at times, as you see here. We're pretty dry through about say about 6, 7 o'clock along the coast from Ocean City to Fenwick Island. Most of the rain back off to the west, but notice as we go into the evening, that rain begins to push closer to the coast. We see some heavy downpours, even some rumbles of thunder. Not expecting anything severe, but some heavy rain is possible through Saturday night. And then we see a few showers linger into Sunday. Notice the strong east wind. Could see some gusts upwards of 20, 25 miles an hour at the coast through the weekend, with some isolated showers through Sunday night. And as far as the rainfall totals go through the weekend, we're looking at a general 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches. Could see some locally higher amounts up to farther inland you go. Well, Hurricane Umberto beginning to intensify. You could see the eye wall beginning to clear out on that last frame there. Winds at about 90 miles an hour, sustained gusts 115. forecast to become a Category 4 hurricane through the weekend. But the good news is it's going to begin curving out to sea as we get into Wednesday, but still a lot of uncertainty because we have that other system we've been telling you about along the portions of the Bahamas there. That system, most of the models want to take that system into the Carolinas into early next week, but does it stall out? Does it go right out to sea? Does it go further inland? Still a lot of question marks into early next week, but the good news is the heaviest moisture looks to stay south of Delmarva, but we can't rule out some of those tropical bands working up here into early next week, as well as some coastal flooding issues and rough surf and obviously rip currents as well. So there's rain. We're going to keep the rain in the forecast Monday through Tuesday. Have a chance of a few showers lingering into Wednesday, but we dry out pretty nicely into the late part of next week with mostly sunny skies and highs in the mid to upper 60s. Elisa.
Thank you, Chris. It's Friday Night Lights on the Delmarva Sports Network, and here's what's coming up tonight. We start up at 5 o'clock with Down and Distance, then at 5:30 it's Scoops and Scores. Your game of the night live at 6 p.m. Y-High takes on Cambridge, South Dorchester in football. Then at 9:30, Pro Foot Volleyball. At 10:30, Nittany Game Week, and then at 11, you can catch the final score. Along with that game of the night, there's even more high school football action to expect today on DSM+. At 5, Stephen Decatur visits Queen Anne's County. At 6, North Carolina faces Easton. At 7, Laurel hosts Seaford. Also at 7, Cape Henlopen hosts Hodgsonsville Tech. And fall isn't just for football, it's also for marching band. The Delmarva Sports Network will cover 6 marching band competitions featuring over a dozen schools across the peninsula. These competitions will stream exclusively on DSM+. The next one is scheduled for Saturday, September 27th. It's week 4 in the NFL regular season, and we have Sunday Night Football right here on CoastTV. The Green Bay Packers are in Texas facing the Dallas Cowboys. Coverage begins right here at 7, and then stay right here on CoastTV for your news following the game. And here's what's coming up this afternoon on Coast Life at 4 p.m.
Hope you're having a good Friday so far. If you tune in and join us today at 4 on Coast Life, here's what's in store for you. If you are a car enthusiast and you like helping out our first responders, and you don't want to miss the details on the car rally that we have going on. Also, if you tune in, you want to find out ways that you could be a big winner with our radio friends, because Radio Bingo is about to start up again. And it's also a great time to go visit Pfeiffer's in Camden, Wyoming. We'll have all the amazing reasons as to why that is. All that and more is happening today at 4 on Coast Life. We'll see you then.
Across Delmarva, veterans had a chance to find their next job this week. A job fair and resource event was held at American Legion Walter L. Fox Post 2 in Dover. On hand were employers from industries like hospitality, healthcare, and law enforcement. The Department of Labor, which organized the event, says it's important for veterans to catch back up to the current labor market.
Once they come back from serving, maybe their skill sets don't align with the current markets that we have right now. And a lot of times they should, and they train them well, but at the same time, the job market is continuously rising and changing, and it's developing at a quick and fast pace. So what we try to do is help them get caught up and provide them with opportunities to kind of get back into the workforce here in the country.
And the Department of Labor says most veterans are just looking for tools to get themselves back to feeling a sense of independence.
And coming up, your cool things to do this weekend. We have a great lineup of food festivals, annual traditions, and musical events, so stay tuned.
Well, it looks like it's going to be one of those weekends where you wish you could be in 2 places at once. Whether you're hungry, curious, or just ready for some fun, Christina DeRobertis has your cool things to do.
Well, you might want to get your calendar ready because we have a lot to choose from this weekend. You can eat, you can learn, even exercise in a cool way here on Delmarva. The Tanger Outlets in Rehoboth Beach will be full of food for the Foodies Food and Culture Festival Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a big event. More than 40 food trucks and about 60 local artisans will be there, plus admission is free. In Lewis, it's the first and only book festival in the country devoted to history. The 9th annual History Book Festival runs all weekend in the city's historic district. Also in Lewis, it's annual Johnny Walker Beach Day Saturday starting at 10:30 a.m. The annual program highlights the beach's role during segregation and Johnny Walker's legacy in Lewis. Salisbury is gearing up for a major fall tradition Saturday, the Seagull Century Bike Ride. It's now in its 37th year, and the Seagull Century cyclists will pass by beautiful coastal vistas, farmlands, and historic towns on Delmarva. Get ready, Ocean City! The Ocean's Calling Music Festival is back this weekend with thousands of fans, headliners like Weezer, Fall Out Boy, and Green Day, and really it's music for every taste. The Crooked Hammock Brewery's Crooktoberfest is running until October 13th with cookout-style specials, some German flair, and fresh fall beers.
I'm most excited about the two specific beer offerings that we have releasing for this promotional event. One of them is our Crooktoberfest lager, which is a traditional Märzen or amber lager that you would expect to see in the fest tents.
Sounds delicious, and you can find all event details, tickets, and more for everything we just told you about over on CoastTV.com. Just click on Cool Things to Do.
We're looking pretty good for some football, high school football action this evening. Temperatures falling to about the mid to lower 70s by around just after sunset, falling into the mid to upper 60s under a mix of clouds and stars. You can get your latest forecast by dialing the First Alert weather phone, sponsored by Broxton and Dallas Federico. We do see a period of rain late Saturday through Sunday. That rain could be heavy at times, and watching for that tropical moisture to work into the area early part of next week. And then we're looking at some really nice fall-like temperatures by the end of next week. Nice and dry and sunny with temperatures in the 60s. Lisa.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News Midday. And for more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Don't forget to join us for Coast TV News at 5 later this afternoon. Have a great day.